Hey guys, I'm going to unbox some tackle for you because that's what YouTubers do this time of year. So, got my tackle warehouse box from their Black Friday sale, and I've also got a box from 6th Sense and an order from Carl's Bait and Tackle. And you might ask, well, why'd you order from 3 different places? It's because I'm thrifty, looked around at some different companies, looked at what sales they were running, and I try to get the best bang for my buck. So as we go through this order, keep in mind I try to be a thrifty fisherman, but I have also narrowed my selection to certain baits as I've fished more and more years. So here we go. This is actually the first time that I've had the patience to unbox it on camera and not just like throw everything back in the box and then open it acting like I unboxed it. Alright, so first things first, I had to get some line. I like throwing light braided line on a casting reel for crankbaits, and that is super weird. I understand that is not a popular take on it, but I really like spooling up a casting reel with 20-pound braid, fluorocarbon leader, and chucking a crankbait around. It feels super sensitive to me. I get a lot of distance out of it. It's just what I like to do. So I got a spool of 150 yards of 20-pound braid. Next up, I got some Magnum structure bugs. I've had a lot of luck in the past with regular structure bugs, and I've heard really great things about the Magnum size. People have said that it really doesn't sacrifice the quantity and does produce bigger bites. So I really wanted to get some of those, try them out. So the first color I got was Swamp Water Blue. This is just, when I think about muddy water, I want a big bait that produces a lot of commotion. And so this is what I got. I'm only going to take this color out because a lot of times when I take these out of the pack, they don't want to go in correctly, and I end up messing up a couple appendages. So I'm just going to show you all this one. There she is. Magnum Rage Bug. It doesn't seem too much bigger than the regular one. I'll leave this one out so that I can show you guys a side-by-side comparison. But looks good to me. Oh, that's because that's the regular one. Duh. That's awkward. That's the regular structure bug. Brain fart. I knew that didn't look big enough. You can pick on me in the comments if you feel the need to. I'm not going to edit it because it's on my iPhone, and sometimes you just need to be able to laugh at yourself. Alright, this is the real Magnum one, okay? So that last one was the regular in Swamp Water Blue. I'm trying to figure out, these things are nice packaging but hard to open. Alright, so this is the big boy. You get one less in a pack, but they're the same price. I think it's like $5.29 or $5.49 at Tackle Warehouse, and these were extra on sale. So that's the Magnum. That's the Magnum compared to the regular one, the conventional, good old Rage Bug. And yeah, that looks solid. I think that's going to get bit really well. I think that's going to do super well in dirty water when I want a lot of movement on my appendages. So that's that. We're going to move on. I did get a few different colors of both the regular and the Magnum. Just one of those things that even though I've never thrown it, you just kind of have confidence in it. Strike King has built up a reputation for their soft plastics. If their name is on the package, usually it's going to be pretty good. And there's a few companies that have achieved that, though not many. So let me see if that'll fit back in there. I don't want to mess up the claws. All right, there we go. That's good. All right. Sorry for the awkward pause, guys. So that was the Magnum. That was the regular. I'll put that back in the package later so you don't have to watch me do it. The Magnum color was black and blue swirl. Regular color was Swamp Water Blue. I also got green pumpkin, purple swirl, just a good bluegill imitator for that, the conventional structure bug. Let's see. I got blue craw in the Magnum. This is one of my buddy's favorite colors. I've never thrown it, but it looks like just a good black and blue or green pumpkin kind of mixture, so I'm excited to throw that. And I thought there was another thing of structure bugs. Yes. So one more Magnum, and that color is, again, blue craw. So I got 2 blue craws, one black and blue swirl, and then the conventional ones are more that green pumpkin look. So I don't know why I said that. That didn't make sense. Whatever. All right, next up is my go-to jig trailer. A lot of people adapt their jigs to conditions, and I think there is some truth to that, but this thing works like 9 times out of 10. And I'm sure there's things that I could change up to get slightly more bites, but I just had so much confidence in this jig trailer that I have a hard time putting it down. That is the Zoom Big Salty Chunk, specifically in green pumpkin, and I always dye the tips with a little bit of Spike It. And I dye them chartreuse. It is the best bluegill imitating jig I know of. Just get bit. I've caught 5 fish over 5 pounds on that jig trailer alone this year. I was doing some housework last night, and I think I inhaled some sawdust, so pardon me. All right, I got another pack of those in green pumpkin, another pack of those in green pumpkin, another pack of those in green pumpkin, another pack of those in black and blue, another pack of those in Flippin blue, another pack of those in chartreuse, and another pack of those in green pumpkin. So as you can tell, I have a lot of confidence in those jig trailers. That's why I bought 8 packs of them, 7 or 8 packs of them, however many it was. Another jig trailer that I do have a lot of confidence in, though, is the Paca Chunk. I've never tried out the senior size, so I'm interested to see how those do. I really think that Flippin blue color on a black and blue jig when the water's really muddy and you got to create some movement to get their attention, I think that is going to be killer, so that's why I picked that up. Got some cheap bullet weights, nothing exciting there. Got some cheap bobber stops, nothing exciting there. And then I got these Reaction Innovation Spicy Beavers. So I've heard a lot of good things about these. Haven't used them, they're pretty new. I just think they're gonna be a good bait. I'll probably throw it on a Texas rig. Maybe I'll do a video where I stack up this structure bug to the Spicy Beaver. I don't know, we'll see. This right here is the Owner Flashy Swimmer. I got these to pair up with these River2Sea D-Walker 100s. The color I got there is PB Red. I got it in the 100 millimeter size, and I think those are gonna pair up really, really well to catch some winter bass. The biggest reason I wanted to get the weedless one is I lose these things all the time. And if you get the original fish head spin, underspin, it's like $6 a pop. And when you break off on them all the time because you're hitting stuff and swinging on branches and being an idiot like me, it adds up quick. So that's why I wanted to get the weedless type. And this is probably the bait that I am the most excited about from this whole thing. That is the 6th Sense Swank 77. I've seen some videos of people destroying fish on this. It just looks like it's gonna get bit well. It's not really a squarebill, it's kind of similar, but it's got a loud rattle. I chose a really natural color. Usually I don't buy bluegill crankbaits, but just for what this is, the size of it and everything, I just think it's gonna get bit. They didn't have any chartreuse colors, which I found really odd for a crankbait of this design. I would have bought that, but I just think that's gonna do really well. It's got a super, super loud rattle. Like, that's one of the loudest baits I've ever heard. And of course, it's a really decent size. So it's kind of, I'd say it's a little bigger than a Strike King 2.5. All right, and last but not least, I've got Strike King's version maybe of a Shad wrap. So that's what that is right there. That is called the Lucky Shad. I got the color Phantom Watermelon Red Craw, and I'm very happy I did because it looks awesome. It's got a little bit of like red sparkle in it. I just think that thing's gonna get bit when nothing else is for cranking. I like the Shad wrap, it gets bit, but I hate throwing it because it's such a pain. You have to put it on super light tackle, at least for the size 5, and like sling it out there, and it's just, you don't get much distance out of it. I've heard that this gets similar amounts of bites, and you can throw it on a casting setup, so that's why I got that. that's the Tackle Warehouse order. All done. I think after all the discounts and stuff, that was $78.67. So for getting 20 something items, that's pretty awesome. So, all right, next up we have a 6 cents order that I put down. You guys probably saw I had that Swank 77, which is from 6 cents. But this is a specific order that I wanted to put on their website, and a lot of this stuff was on sale. And they had their Black Friday discount, so I had to capitalize. So that's why I got so many crankbaits. That's the Cloud 9. That's the C10. It's really hard to see, maybe. I don't know. It's not really showing up well. But here, I'll move you over here. Now I look like I'm nerd in this. But that's the that's the minimag actually. That's their squarebill. I think that's going to do really, really well. I like that shad color. Just all of the 6 cents crankbaits. Their paint jobs are good. They come with sharp hooks. They're just well-built baits that really seem to run true right out of the package. That is that C10 that I was trying to show you a second ago. That's supposed to dive to 8 to 12 feet, and that's the Shad Sense color. That was on sale, so I wanted to pick one up. Next up, got a Curve 55. This is my favorite cold water crankbait, period. I love this thing. It is one of those baits, it's kind of like a wiggle wart, but it has a very different action. It's one of the few baits that I know of that acts like it's deflecting off of something even though it's not. So it has that hunting action that a lot of people talk about. That's a Crush 100, just a good square bill, pretty standard. I think it's similar to a KVD 1.5 in size. But I just got a lot of confidence already, and these aren't baits that I've thrown before. They're just videos that they're just baits that I've seen videos of and have seen people do well on. Splashback 70, that's just a popper. Look forward to throwing it in the summertime. Think it'll do well. It's got that feather treble hook. Probably has sharp hooks because of 6 cents. Seems like a good buy. I think it was like $5. Another Curve 55. That one is in Ghost Missouri Craw, I believe, or Red Craw, one of those two. Now for the big dogs. That is a C25. These crankbaits are supposed to dive 18 to 26 feet, it says. Unless you throw it on 10-pound fluoro, I doubt you're going to get all 26 feet. But you know what? It's a good deep diving crankbait. I've never really thrown the true Magnum deep diving crankbait, so this was a first for me. I'm going to try and get on them this summer. We'll see how that goes. That is a Movement 80X, I believe it's called. No, 80 Wake. So that's a wake bait. I was a little bit curious about the color. Most of where I fish are bluegill fisheries, and that's not really a bluegill. That's more of a shad pattern. What is the name of the color? Shad Sense. But if you look at it from the bottom, it's got a little bit of a chartreuse translucent look to it. So I think that will actually do a pretty good job of mimicking a bluegill. Got another one of the big dogs. That is the C25, same color. They were literally $4 each, so I picked 2 of them up. I don't think you'll ever find a big Magnum deep diving crankbait like that again, so that's why I did that. C6, that's just a little good shad imitation that I think is going to do really well. Just a good looking bait. It only dives 4 to 8 feet, but I think that that could be good when they're maybe not active enough to really be chasing square bills and stuff like that. I think that that could really get the job done. And then that's the Movement 80X. So that's kind of another variation of 6 cent square bill. This one is supposed to dive, I think, 1 to 3 feet. So it's really, really shallow, but I think it's just going to get bit. It's another one of those baits. I've seen people on videos catching them with it. They have earned my trust as a brand, and that's really kind of the story as to why I bought all of those 6 cent crankbaits. And that, they also sent it in a cute little bag for me, which was kind of cool. Didn't expect that. So yeah, so now all we have left is a Carl's Bait and Tackle order, which I'm going to put you guys back here so I don't have to hold the phone the whole time. So this one was from Carl's Bait and Tackle. So first up, I got Bandito bugs, and no, I tried to not be a trendy bass bait kind of guy. The structure bug is tried and true. The Bandito bug is pretty much the same thing, but this is a color that I saw a lot of guys do really, really well. with during the spawn, and that is the color Natural. It's got kind of a black and blue green pumpkin mix on one side, and then the other side almost looks like a shad pattern, like a nice little silver. So that's why I got that. I just was curious to see if it would do well for me in the spawn. That's really the only time I'll be fishing it probably. Also got a Googan Squad Thicc jig, Okeechobee craw, 1/2 ounce. Just looked like a cool little jig. I like the design of the head. It was on sale for like $3 something. Decided I'd pick it up. And next up, I got 5 of these Lumberjack Flippin jigs from, what is the brand name? Hard Hat Jigs. These are my favorite jig. They were on sale for $2.65 each, so I had to get a bunch of them. I don't know what makes this jig good. I don't know why it seems to get so many bites. The head design seems really mainstream normal, but it just works. 1/2 ounce, I got 2 black and blue, 2 green pumpkin, and 1 half and half Okeechobee craw, 1/2 green pumpkin, 1/2 black and blue. So that is the tackle I got. I'm super pumped. That is probably all of the tackle that I'm gonna buy for a while. So, and I always say that every year, so I'm gonna hold to it as best I can this year, but this should have me set for a long time. I know I'm pumped to throw those crankbaits. I do have some exciting stuff coming up hopefully soon with favorite rods. I'm looking to hopefully get my hands on one of them and try it out. So I'll post a review once I feel like I can give it a fair shot. But other than that, until next time, thank you for watching the video. Yeah, good luck on the water. I will try and post videos of as much stuff of this as I can. But I have a full-time job now. I'm a teacher, teaching science, and so that keeps me quite busy. But I'll see you here and there. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas.